specifically.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just recording.
Recording. And then we have community involvements where we have a group of fostering, a group that look after fostering and adoption.
So sorry for interrupting.
Yep.
Just three section. Would you please explain?
Right.
Yeah.
There's social farming.
Yeah.
Is a specific department of agriculture, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. So if you look on DARD on their website, look on social farming, you'll see exactly what it's about. We're in the process of going through that, and Melanie will talk you through that. But we're going through that, and that involves participants coming once a week directly from the referrals from the social care board. And they work with us once. Yeah. Then we have the focus groups. What the last one was the asylum seekers coming from Mears Housing Association in the hotel in Bangor, and they came for 8 weeks. So we're building on that, and then we've got community involvement with the fostering adoption community, and the links that we have with that. So those are 3 groups now. Yeah. We want to expand those. We want to increase the involvement of linking groups into vulnerable groups and linking with organisations that support those groups into the working farm, so they can have the benefit of walking around the working farm. So that's why it's important for you to understand the working farm, because that's what we do, but we want the link in to the working farm. Okay.
So if the number goes higher here, so yes, how the impact goes directly to the
right. If this grows and you get a lot of involvement of people wanting to come out to experience a working farm, then it has an effect on, well, one, it's generating money. If it generates the income, then it then creates, at the minute there's no employee. We're just doing this, Melini's doing it, taking the lead. I'm on the board, there's 3 other non-paid directors helping us. So we get money, the money at the minute comes from funding. Okay, so we've got the funding.
Is this personal funding?
No. Funding, that's grants.
Okay.
And donations. And then third it'd be a small amount, but payment.
Okay.
So we get payment through coming in from the organisations, stroke local authority. Okay, so that's when but the main income at the minute is grants. Now you can't survive on grants because you can't rely on it. But if we are able to increase our funding because there's more people coming, then the social enterprise will then be able to be sustainable, to employ somebody to manage it all. At the minute, Melini manages it. She gets a nominal sum of money for what she does. At the minute, she works 2 days a week, 2 to 3, probably more, 3 days a week, unpaid by and large, just to try and get this thing off the ground. Right? If that structure, we have social media, we have right, can't do to call those social media. So we have a website.
Yeah.
You know that. We have Instagram.
Insta, yeah.
And we have Facebook. No, I'm not a great one for Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and the website's there. Okay. We do have followers.
Yeah.
We would have, if we put a story up, we get about 100 people. Okay. Clearly, the more we get, we need to improve that to then, when we go for grants or linking with local authorities or organisations to build on the groups, they need to be able to see what we're doing, to be able to then, and that's basically working around this. The issue is that when we have, let's say, social farming or a vulnerable group of people, on the farm, you generally can't take pictures of them.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's hard to promote, because you can't take pictures.
Yeah.
So, but that's something. So what you should focus on, not this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yep. I'm just trying to narrow it.
Yeah.
I think
That's
we were
really good because
I think yesterday.
Yeah, it was too big.
It was far too big, and it was getting to
that's
the point.
That's why I talked to Paula even.
Uh-huh.
I took her appointment
yesterday.
Tomorrow I have to go for meeting.
Yeah.
So I will not able to come here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because now it's fine because you already done these things. Because here the missing gap.
Mm-hmm.
So you are looking for a person. Assuming me as a not business consultant here as a paid employee for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Then it will be more easy, then you can assign the task. Because as you know this business fully and you are operating there and there's no data. So then you can guide me that just pull the data from this side and extract.
See, there at the minute, because this is a startup, very little data, right? Very little. I mean, data in terms of we don't have any social farming at the minute but we're building on that. But we don't have anything there. We have focus groups. We've done focus groups, but we don't have anything in the pipeline. And community involvement is at the minute we're building on that. Okay.
So what I can do, if you agree with me, then I can research on this topic.
Yes.
Then I can model.
Yes.
What others are doing. Then I can suggest that so if or even I can also apply something. That it can be the social media marketing. It can be like how can we set up the model or how can we employ the things. Everything.
See, the model as I see it is because we're a startup. These people. This is our target. Here.
This is target.
That's our target. Okay. So if those are our targets, because that is basically the income stream. Because the income from here is generated by the target. Okay? So you missed the target, you've got no income. So you've got that's what we need to focus on to expand that. So that then that will increase the funding, and to increase the target, I think we have to increase that. So people, it's all about awareness. Okay. So if people don't know, at the minute we have 100 plus people, and that's more friends and family and people. Well, it's not just friends and family. There's lots of people there that we don't know that follow us. But the greater the awareness, the funding, Melini's done a great job in getting money. For something that's such a small enterprise, we have money because she knows, trusts, she's been able to target and get money. And we're going to, the plan for the future is, as in this year for 2023, that is we're going to we've got the working farm here because the social enterprise can only really operate here because the insurance only covers here because it's small animals. They can't cover cows. Because they're too big, too strong, and people could get hurt and killed. Okay, so we can't go down to Glenside. They're all here. That's why we have the community room here. All right. Now, so for the plan for 2023 is 1, the working farm, so people can come, working farm. 2, a play area. Don't know if Louise mentioned this to you, has she? 3, and then 3, a polytunnel. Okay.
What is this polytunnel?
Right, polytunnel is So you can go. So it's a glass house, greenhouse.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
that's
you know that.
so nice.
Yeah. So a small polytunnel. So the idea is that we would this year we create a play area. We've got the money to create a play area. So for again, focus community involvement, children, focus groups, fostering and adoption. Families can come out with their children, and there's a place for them to play. All right, on the working farm, so they can come out and they can sit and look at the animals in the field, sit on the benches, have a cup of tea, children play, and they relax, and they benefit from being in an open environment. Okay, the polytunnel is something for people to do, so they can come and they can weed, they can water, they can plant, they can harvest,
Even they can.
and they can take it away and buy it from us. But I don't think there's much money, to be frank. In the concept isn't
just their engagement. And when they are coming, they are
because again, I'm not sure this is up to date, but it's for the well-being of all. Okay, so it's about well-being and being engaged in the environment. All right. So when whether it be an asylum seeker, a vulnerable lady, or vulnerable children or families coming out here, it's about them feeling engaged in the environment, and they can enjoy it. Oh yeah, you're right. What do you want?
Just number 18.
Yes. Here, look here. I'll give you the boxes now. Here.
You
Just
sure?
yeah.
Want help?
No, you're right. There you go. Gosh, it's cold, isn't it?
No, it is pretty good.
I
Short,
didn't
short
see
from here,
I'll
yeah.
get rid of
Yeah,
it.
no worries,
Cheers.
thank you.
All the best. That's all right. You get money from hens. Bless us. That's good. So the idea is, I'll draw you a picture of it. Right. This is right. Here we are in the corner. Here's the sheep house there. Yep, down at the bottom.
Yeah.
And there's the wall, and then there's the fence.
Yeah.
Okay. Now at the minute, there's the fence, and then it runs down. The fields run down there, right? Right there, and then goes out there, right? At the minute, there's a fence, and that's there, and then the hens are here, and then the road, the gate for the field is there, and it goes around like that. Okay, that's your fence. The idea is that we will remove this fence here. We will put the gate there, and we will carry on to there. Okay, and we put the polytunnel here. The play area will be here.
Yeah.
Raised beds and stuff here, and then the seating will be here.
Yeah.
Right. So play, poly. Okay, and that's sheep shed.
Sheep. Yeah.
No, just gets us in the context here. Okay. And then the toilet is here.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the plan. Okay. So when I hope this helps.
It's really great.
Yeah. Because I think you need to focus.
Yeah.
Focus on this.
Sure.
That's all you're focusing on.
Just one question here.
Yes.
So this area, total this business, depend on this one.
Yes, it does.
But this one
doesn't depend on that.
That's okay. So that's fine.
If that doesn't exist, this carries on.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's been going for 8 years.
Oh.
Right? That's been going for 1 year.
Okay.
That was birthed out of lockdown. Okay?
Okay.
That was what birthed the enterprise. So get rid of that. If I rubbed all this off, this would still carry on.
So one question is for me. Okay. Just I'm assigned for like, okay, you assign me for something, this one.
Yep.
So because somehow I plan it match with your idea.
Yep.
I will explain later.
Yep.
But now if I find a way that can help to generate
Yep.
your target here,
Yes.
any particular, it can be on social farming, it can be on focus groups,
Yeah.
or even a community involvement anywhere. So does it sound good?
Yes. I mean, if that target
Yeah.
is that target pays for the enterprise.
Yeah.
That's your only income. Okay. Now you get grants to pay for the target. So focus groups. We had a group of ladies from Poleglass Estate, Syrian ladies, came out. The Syrian ladies have no money; they can't afford to come. But the women's group that run the Poleglass community group paid for it, and they gave us a small amount of money, but they gave us money. Okay. And so that's where the donations, or we apply for a grant. We've applied to it's called the Black Santa in at Cathedral, St Anne's Cathedral, and he's given money. He's gives money out every year. The cathedral gives the money out every year, and we've asked for a sum of money which would pay for four trips from the hotel in Bangor. So just travel costs for them to come out to the farm. Okay, so that's your grants, but that's hits the target group, but it pays for the target group. Okay, so the target group will not, by and large, at the minute, will not pay for it. You have to get funding for it from the organisations that support it. Now, what we can't do, this file is useless, absolutely useless. Absolutely useless, Hassan.
No worries.
Because if you leave firelighters to dry out,
Okay.
they don't work. Useless pieces of wood. Right, there's a nuclear button. Give them a big piece of. There we go.
Is this one kind of candle, or you are just lit up now?
No, it's what's called a firelighter.
Okay.
It should, in
Should.
theory,
Okay. Yeah, should.
get the fire lit, but it doesn't. What we can't do, run out of space here. Don't rub that off.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
So just
yeah. Right. Okay. What we can't do is we can't have Glenside CIC vulnerable
yeah.
adult stroke child. What we can't do is have a direct relation with them because of safety and security. Okay, so we have to have a public body.
Yeah.
Body that comes in between that. So your trust or Mears Housing Association or Good Relations, they have to have they have to refer. There has to be a referral agency.
Okay.
We can't go to a family and say, "Do you want to come?" Because there's too much child safety and health and safety issues. So, this public body has to be responsible for the vulnerable participant. So when it's the social farm and you've got participants coming who have got learning disability or mental ill health and they're vulnerable, right? The department or the social health and social care board is actually linked, is the in between. They're the ones that place X with us, and they will supervise and make sure they're safe. All right, so it's nothing to do with me. I just open the farm up and let them come come and do some work or come and sit and enjoy themselves. So we've always got to, so when you're looking at the target group, there always has to be a referral body, whether it be a public body or other organisation that will make the connection. Yeah, so we can't go putting on Facebook open farm because that's like Streamvale. People, now Streamvale, which is down the road there, that works on families paying. So you have to pay, let's say £10 for a family to go into the farm. And they get the experience of walking around, looking at sheep in a pen. They may be able to pet some lambs and give them milk, and look at hens. They can go on a barrel ride, which is basically they're in little sort of buggies that are dragged along by a quad, and they're dragged around the farm, and they can see things and so on. Or there's a trailer ride around the farm, and so it's an experience, but you pay for it. The families pay for it direct. We're not an open farm to that extent. You've got to be referred, or there's got to be a connection to the board. Yeah. So our target is this. That funding has to pay for this. They do not pay themselves because they, in essence, save for community involvement, the pay has to come from the grants. Now, startup difficulty is what are your costs? That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Yep. We need to know our core costs, which we need to work out. We haven't done that yet, but we need to know our core costs.
Core cost, yeah.
So, like premises, how much does this cost? I don't know. This is where you can help.
Yeah.
You know, what are the core costs for the enterprise? And once we've worked out our core costs, then we can.
So just 1 minute, please.
Yep.
I'm just taking some notes.
Yeah, you do. Right, so we've got to know our core costs for this. What the core costs include: building, insurance, electric, Malini's time, my time. That may not cover. We may not. That just pushes the cost up to probably too high. But anyway, I can't think of anything else. Travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, travel. And then yep. So we've got the core costs. And then the costs, no, my time won't be in the core costs. You can scrap my time out of the core costs, because when you do an event, there will be there's additional costs, aren't they?
Yeah.
So the additional costs will be my time, because it's involved in the working farm.
Yeah.
So I'm not part of the core cost, but I'm part of the working farm cost. So that an event will involve meet the farmer, and I'm the farmer, so I should get paid for that. Okay. What else? Costs. And then just operational costs in terms of if you're putting on tea and coffee and all that sort of stuff, and providing biscuits and stuff, that will have to come out. But that will be on events. So as I see it, at the minute we do have policies. Malini's is working on the policies, so you need to talk to Malini about the policies.
Yeah.
And get a copy of the policies. You need to understand how this structure. Now, you'd be surprised. We're part of the what we call them. We're part of the co-op. The cooperative. We're on a course and there's about 10 of us, and that's part of. We've got a grant, and we were on this 2-year course. And we're finishing the first year of it, and there's different farms, It's all about community farming and bringing the community into the farm. So we're an actual working farm. Other people are vegetables. One person's doing environmental and hospitality. There's a lot of different types of farming activity and environmental activity, and that's part of one of the grants that we got. If you focus on, the point I was going to make is you'd be surprised how varied the organisations are. We are a community interest company. Have you come across that before?
No.
No. So you need to look into that, because this is, if you're going to get involved in social enterprising and the social enterprise sector, community interest company is a not-for-profit. Okay, so community interest company, and it's a legal entity so it's a company in and of itself, but it's not allowed to make a profit, but it can pay the directors. Right, so you're at the end of the day, you've got to do your company house. We're a registered company. You've got to do your returns, and you've got to say you cannot make a profit, but anything you pay goes back into funding the target. Okay, so it's all going back in. Never making a profit. If you make a profit, I'm not sure what happens. I don't think you can make a profit, but you can pay the directors. And some people, I've come across one in now. Do you have that? No. In London, you'll see it's crops up. These CICs come up everywhere, and this guy operates a CIC. So he says he's a community interest company, but he provides legal advice. He makes an absolute fortune, but he takes it all out as pay. So the company never makes any money. But it's a community interest, and everybody thinks it's community, and it's all about the community. Not about community at all. It's about taking money out, and he's making that, and he's playing by the rules, but he's not playing by doesn't have the right heart. The heart of the community interest company is to get people involved and to work into the community and improve
the cyclic way of doing the things.
We are, so at the minute we don't have the money to pay the directors. I personally want to see Melanie paid and get a salary. I would want her to be paid properly for 2 days a week. So her core cost should be the living wage. So that's whatever the living wage is. So that when you're doing your core costs, look at the living wage, 2 days, that's what she should be paid. And the board of directors agree. Okay? But we don't have that money. But we need to know our core cost. Okay? To work out, to say, for when we're putting on an event for one of the targets, how much does it cost to run that organisation or that project? Now, it takes Melanie 2 days a week just to keep the thing going. That doesn't cover the project. Yeah. So that would be separate. Yeah. So a way I look at it is that look, it's worked. The way I look at it is that if we put on an event like a community, we had an open day. Right. We had 168 people here, just from the community, just coming in, and it was massive. That's not part of the 2 days. Or if we have people hiring out, because we had an organisation that ran events here for 6 events, using the premises, using the sheep shed during the summer when it was empty and clean, for foster families and adoption families, and that's not part of the 2 days. All right, so the core costs are just running operational management costs. I think in future, where I'm looking, Melanie should be running the organisation we may need an event manager,
Yeah.
somebody to run the events, which would be an additional
Yeah,
cost.
yeah.
Yeah. But then the events for this target would have to be sufficient
Yeah.
to pay for it.
Here, I just have one question
Yeah.
for you. Okay, here, this area, just look at this area. You have your own product
Yep.
identified.
Yep.
So you know what your product is and you can sell directly to any market,
Yep.
whatever the social or physical.
Yep.
But here, the product is not defined yet
Yes.
because it's depend on this product. But I'm asking,
Yeah.
okay, can this farm, because this is one kind of product, entertaining
Yes.
product. So can these add more product into the business? Like anything.
Okay. Why? What?
It can be like you said that when you are entertaining people, so you are giving the biscuit and the other kind of.
Yeah.
So, for example, you have a space. It's like a food corner or something else, and then they are coming. They're paying there, or they are a small amount or whatever they think, and then so this is like the egg.
Yeah.
Or anything else they're getting for this one, and this is one kind of product
Yeah.
listed. So it can be more product, like you said that from this ground polytunnel there's something coming out. So they are taking this one, a small amount of money generated. This is second product. It can be more and more, like we can have a list of product and then so
No, you're right.
Yes,
you're right. There are products.
Yeah.
Okay. My product is bulls and lambs.
sheep, lamb,
Yeah, that's my product, and eggs.
Yeah.
That's my product. That feeds all into here.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the product here, it's difficult to put your finger on. Because it's not here's a box of eggs. You're not producing anything. Actually, the only production really is out of the polytunnel. Okay? The polytunnel and donations. People coming on and saying, oh, I think this is really good. Here's some money. Okay. Now we've got this. We put a QR code and stuff, things like that. Not people have during the open day. We got money. We got donations, and we've got people putting money in a box. We had a couple of buckets, or people will put transfer money into our account, which they did. We had a couple of £1,000 put in. Right, so it's decent money compared to the fact we've got nothing. But the product here for this is the open farm. Yeah. Access to a working farm. That's your product.
Yeah, this is one thing. Yeah, I just asked that. Okay, so if you feel like okay, you research something and you found that okay, this we can add here. Are you agree to add here? This is the thing.
Yes,
like if you.
I mean, the target
Yeah.
is basically for anybody who wants to come on to a working farm for their well-being, to promote their well-being and the environment. Right. So it's difficult because that generally is your target is vulnerable people.
Just
People who
one-
need it.
Can I add here? Because the last time I worked on Emirates, this is the just airline company.
Yeah.
Because their product is not their Airbus. Their product is basically service, and your service is
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So but inside of the service, they added something. In a way, they classified.
If you can add
Yeah.
more product.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I haven't written here is products.
Yeah.
Right? Product. What is the product?
Yeah.
The product is 1, open farm. 2, well-being. 3, what do we say? Sort of
Polytunnel.
donations.
Yeah.
No, it's not the product. That's not a product.
Yeah.
It's there you go. Polytunnel. Polytunnel, right?
Yeah.
So the polytunnel is easy because you buy a box of
Yeah.
strawberries or a
Yeah.
punnet of tomatoes, right? Well-being and open farm is a hard one because what are you selling? You're just selling a space. Come and sit outside. Well, I can sit outside in my garden. Why do you need to come sit in the farm?
Yeah,
That's-
that's the reason. Yeah. You
That's
have
the
to-
difficulty.
yeah.
Now, the product, the open farm, is I think is that. So as a what are you offering?
Yeah.
We're offering tea, coffee, sit down in an open environment with a play area for children, with a potential for a polytunnel for people to come and just enjoy working on the outdoor and experiencing and potentially getting involved in the farm. So what we need to let's just get see this is huge. This is just huge.
Yeah.
That together is very big.
Yeah.
So this
To sum up,
volunteers.
Yeah.
We need we need staff.
Yeah.
Right? To make it work. At the minute we have Melanie.
Yeah.
She's self-employed 2 days a week, basically, gets paid nothing. But two, we need to develop volunteers. People who'll do this for nothing.
Sure.
So that's what we've
That's
got
why
to
they're volunteers.
we've got to get them volunteers
Yeah.
to develop the work to hit the target,
Yeah.
do the social media and do the funding applications. There you go.
So
All
just
set
to
out
sum
before.
up one thing,
Yep.
I'm just concerned about so you can put the number 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
7, 8 if
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
or
The more
up
you
to
can
here.
develop, the more you can add to that,
Yeah.
the more we can then sell
That's great. Yeah.
to get the funding to then build the enterprise
Yeah.
because you've got more to sell. At the minute, I think we can sell the open farm
Yeah.
and the well-being. At the minute that we're doing it without this,
Yeah.
but once we do this,
Yeah.
then we have a tangible product.
Yeah.
And we can say, we want you, this is open to you now.
Yeah.
Now, we could say, you have to pay for your cup of tea and your biscuit, depends, or donation. So the cup of tea, so they have access to here, and then the community room, right? So that's your community room. Right. So they have access to the community room where your tea and coffee is,
Yeah.
with your tables sitting here, Clay, Pay and Polly. Right? I think
So,
we've cracked
yeah,
it, Hassan.
Because now, just if I say,
Well,
okay, my idea, like
Mhm.
now it's very clear and decent one,
Mhm.
you know, because this is the missing gap. Or somehow you can actually put something because there's open chance we
Right.
can add.
We have,
Yeah.
social farming has got to develop,
Okay.
right? Because we haven't got there, but rural support that deals with that from part of the department are very slow, right? So we've been at it for nearly a year,
Okay.
and we're still not there, right? Now, we're not far away, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Now, a participant, that is 1 day a week. Now, that's quite time consuming,
Yeah.
but that's fine. The focus groups we're working on, but we could increase, and community involvement is something we need to develop. Okay? So that's...
Is this for a month or what's your idea for this? Because these one for a week, 1 day in a week,
Yeah.
focus group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for community involvement, is this for a month or week or
Open days once a month
once in a month?
for the local community.
Yeah.
It could be more than that.
Okay.
It could be specific groups in the community.
Okay.
So artists, potters, men's groups, man sheds, all that sort of stuff. So different community groups coming to the farm.
Yeah.
The difficulty in community groups is again, it's all down to grants.
Yeah.
Which then feeds in how much do you need to get to make this work, which goes back to your core costs.
Overall cost.
So it's all,
Yeah.
see, this is you.
Because it's related to, because this is business and it's related to your cost
Yes.
and then the operational.
Because there's no point running this
without
without making money.
making money. Sure. That's
Making money to pay for the staff.
yeah.
Right?
Sure.
That has to pay.
Yeah.
That has to pay. And if that doesn't pay, the social enterprise is pointless.
Sure.
Because you can't sustain it, as a business, you know that. Can't sustain it if you run at a loss. So there's no point doing it, frankly. So that is, now Melini has a business plan, but it needs to be updated.
Yeah.
And she might have told you that.
She talked to others.
So that, to my mind, that business plan is nearly 70% out of date.
Okay.
Right? So it needs to be revamped. So that is, to me, what you need to think about for the next 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's
okay?
fine.
Okay.
That's really great one. But just one thing, like only this site you can display, not the other.
Because insurance is part of your core cost. It is, yes.
Yeah.
The insurance won't cover.
That's fine.
So the trouble
Yeah,
is,
that's fine because you have your limited everything. Then you can go for like, okay, that works in at the moment.
See, what we can do is in time is to build on this group here. People who follow us and get involved, right? So then we can have friends of Glenside, right?
Okay.
So if you're a friend of Glenside,
Like this is the loyal one who are
so then they can get a T-shirt, they can get all that Gubbins stuff. They can then follow us, come to Balmoral and watch us at the shows with the cows, and they can be proud.
More access to your core work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a sense of hopefully pride that they're a friend of Glenside. So then they walk around and people say, "Well, who are you?" I'm a friend of Glenside.
Glenside, yeah.
I'm part of.
They're enjoying
the connection, which then builds into well-being.
Well-being,
Yeah. So that's what I would like to see from.
So that's another service to your like this feature.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
Adding, that's fine.
So your product. You see the friend of Glenside feeds into the product.
Yeah. This is a special one. At the moment, this is special one because they have to be loyal and repeated one, and then they can explore the things. Yeah.
Yeah. And that friend of Glenside can build into your volunteers.
Yeah.
So they can then say, "I'm a friend of Glenside. I'm a volunteer." So a volunteer would automatically be a friend of Glenside, and that they could do the work in terms of the activities. So when we open this up on a volunteer open day, you've got friends of Glenside walking around making sure everybody's doing what they should be doing. They shouldn't be trying to wrestle a sheep or going to see the ram and getting an arm broken because they've gone to put their hand through because he would butt you and he could break an arm of a child, sort of thing. So that's what that's what we're after.
So can I just write up the things?
Yes,
clearly?
I've got now. We've got to go. We've got to go down and check the cows.
Okay.
And do that, and then I'm coming back here and doing legal work.
Okay.
Okay, so you can stay here,
Okay.
and you to me, I think probably would be good if you stayed here,
Okay.
so you can write all this up,
Yeah.
and then start thinking of how to.
Because today one thing you cleared me, because you gave me the open access where I can actually think,
Yeah.
and where I can also suggest the things, because maybe this idea didn't fall all on a sudden.
Mhm.
You got some idea because more people are doing, or maybe your friend or others gave you the suggestion, okay, this way. So from this section of business, another section is created
Mhm.
which can support the business,
Yes.
and at the same time it can develop the volunteer community, whatever the things, so more engagement with the people for the better progress.
Now this
So, yeah.
Glenside will not fund the pedigrees.
No,
There's no money coming in to the pedigrees.
no, this funding is related to these
Just
social.
all this, yeah.
So, and here the open, like as a business consultant or the paid worker, whoever
Yeah.
inside of this business,
Yeah.
he or she has to be very clear about the target
Yeah.
and the profitability.
Yes.
That the which way they can actually support the organization for the progress.
Yes. And if the target
Yeah.
isn't profitable,
Yeah.
then it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Exist. Yeah.
Simple. I've said that to Malini. If it can only run
Yeah.
as long as there's
But-
money,
Yeah.
and at the minute it is profitable
Yeah.
because there is funding,
Yeah.
and we have more money than we can spend, right? So we are in credit. But if the grant stopped, or you don't get the grant, now I'm not saying we wouldn't get the grant, but you see the grant, those who make decisions on whether to make grant rely on that
Yeah.
and references. Okay, so they rely on that. Friends of Glens, where do I put references? Grant
Or reference. Yeah.
reference. Right, so
Yeah.
they will rely on references and awareness. Okay, so that's not very hard to read. Awareness. So they will be looking at this
Yeah.
and what you're doing and what impact you're going to have
Yeah.
on the community, or on those social farm, on the participants or the focus groups. What impact? And if you can demonstrate, because we've done the first year, that we're doing all these different activities and these people, and we've got references from people or quotes, then and they say, oh, it's great. I felt so much better having sat here and had a cup of tea. And that, you'll be surprised how much funders, like National Lottery, we haven't done National Lottery, but they say National Lottery, the grant for £10,000, easy. You just get £10,000. I mean, but they do look at all this and involvement, and again, social friends, the website, getting people involved. We haven't done yet, but getting quotes in from people, that sort of thing, just to build on awareness.
So,
Awareness and references.
another thing is, like, in the website, can you check the visitor, how many visitors are visiting in your site?
I think you can. I think
Okay.
you can. Malini's
Because the other thing you can easily,
yeah.
because you have
Yeah.
their follower, but one thing is that.
Yeah, well, that's the sort of thing to look at,
Okay.
because
So
we need to
This
improve
is
the profile.
this is grant, reference, awareness, and what is
Donations.
donation? Okay.
Donations, and then payment. So
Payment.
payment received from organisations
Organization
and
and
local authorities
local authority.
or
Okay.
public bodies. That should maybe be public.
No worries. I will just
Yeah.
okay. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'll be here.
Social,
to
yeah.
talk to you.
So website, Insta, Facebook awareness. This is fun.
Friends of Glenside.
Glenside.
So that's what
Yeah.
trying to get that, which then feeds into your
Yeah.
volunteers.
Volunteers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is okay. This area polytunnel and
Open farm.
open farm well-being.
Wellbeing, yeah.
Well-being. Yeah. So working farm.
So the plan for 2023
working farm awareness,
play
play area,
play area, and
polytunnel.
polytunnel.
Okay.
So you've got your working farm, play area, polytunnel, and this area. So that will then be the platform
Yeah.
for delivering the product of open farm and well-being and polytunnel, and that then fit the target groups, then plug into the platform, and then produce that, and we get the funding to provide. And that what are we looking to? Is it so? What is the outcome of the whole activity? And the outcome is well-being and basically improving one individual well-being through involvement, engagement, and access. There you go.
Okay. Thanks for your 1 hour. It was so nice.